Hey everyone, it's Blair here. In this video I'm going to be talking about how to fish a BMax lure for trout in a river. We will go over how to rig it onto your rod and reel, then I'll explain how to fish it for the best results.
So to fish with the lure, you first have to tie it onto your line. And what I do for this sort of lure is I tie a uni knot onto the front of the swivel, and then going up from that you go up your line 1.5 meters of 6-pound fluorocarbon. Then you do a double uni knot at the top onto your braid or heavier mono. In this case I have 4 kilo Fiberglide, which is a single strand sort of line, and it works pretty well for this sort of fishing. So I've trialed a few different ways of rigging up hooks for this lure, but the best way I've found is either a single hook at the back or a single treble hook at the back. Because if you have two, sort of is a bit overkill, but it can help with hookup rate. But I've found the best way, both for the fish and the lure, is a single at the back.
So I'm going to show you here how the lure works in the water. The lure is a floating lure, so when you put it on the surface it'll float, and then once you tighten up, that bib will catch and it'll go under the water and it'll make the lovely motion that the trout just can't seem to resist. So to fish this lure, first you just got to cast it out across the current, straight out. Then when it lands, you bring your rod tip up and tighten up nice and slowly so that bib can catch the water and the lure will be stable. Then it's just a slow wind as the lure goes further down to the water column, and then you bring it round and you wind it back to you on the edge of the current. Quite often the trout will hit it just as you start winding it after it's swung around. Now another thing these lures are good for is placement. Very, very precise casts can be made with these lures, and if you look here, you can let it out nice and easily and it will just float down the current and it won't catch on anything on the bottom. And then when you tighten up, you can just put it in the exact position where you need it. Quite often I'll get fussy trout sitting in a hard to get position, and if you cast just ahead of them, hard up against the trees, and just let it swing around in front of them, sometimes they'll really hit it hard. Here is an example of one of the fish that I've taken on this lure, and it really smashes it. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time with some more tips.